Okay, so I just
Old
reloaded.
lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Oh, lambs! No. I'm gonna go read a wizard book on another screen away from his yelling. So I reloaded till before we actually made the trade, because apparently we can just screw ourselves over there. So let's read this book. Magic paint spell.
Oh, good. Hey, Swampy,
that
we
mean?
can get that. We have a black horse feather.
Oh, one black horse feather we have. River
We have a
Styx.
brush.
Do we have River Styx water?
No.
No. Oh, the river Styx is probably where we go when we die.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we can just snag some of that.
Oh. Well, okay, so
And I know where there's a swamp.
yeah, in fact there's a stick in the mud over there.
Yeah.
And also, one sec, the audio's botching, so we're gonna do a real fast close and open of it. Real fast. Hold on, watch this. And we're back. Everything sound alright?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dope.
Are there any more spells? Can you turn the page?
Alexander.
No, I can look at it or cast it.
Oh.
Speaking
Wow.
the incantation would do little good unless there were a painted object nearby to enchant.
It's a magic paint spell. That doesn't even excite me.
Wait, seriously? That's the only spell? That's
No, but it brings stuff to life.
That's
what
not
you
much of a
paint.
spell book. I'm just saying.
It says it brings things to life. That's really cool.
Okay, so wait. So we have the feather, we have the mirror. Can we wear these?
Alexander has no need to wear the serving clothes here.
But somewhere else. Oh, dude, use the serving clothes and sneak into the effing castle, man. Like all the other servants, right? Dog?
Maybe dog. Is that a pun?
I don't know. You have to go to the little
maybe-
changing
maybe
hut, I bet.
Save the game.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
A group of
Well,
serving women approach the castle.
I'm not so worried about you dying right here. I'm worried about you like doing
Not having
something
lived.
that will cause you to die 30 minutes from now.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Sometimes it's time to be a woman.
No. Save is like about to enter the castle. Don't over.
I'm sorry, Sean, I can't hear you over that majestic music. I don't know what the deal is.
Alright, I've turned it down a lot.
It's funny.
I overwrote a save, but let me do enter castle.
That's fine. I'm just like yeah. Give it. Let's have one for here in case we
Taking his
totally
cue,
screw ourselves
serving
over.
women is seen enter the castle. Alexander decides to try a few alterations to make himself more acceptable to the guards. He ducks
know what I
into the
mean.
little hut to
Wow.
put on Beauty's clothes.
I love how she was just
Feeling
like,
a little foolish, Alexander slips Beauty's old slave clothes on over his own.
Slave
Imagine if
clothes.
Cosima saw
Slave
him
clothes.
like this. Well, here we go.
in an utterly fucked up tale of
You
determination.
there! Girl, you're late. Get a move on before the Wazir sees you.
Into the
Yes.
blood room.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
The castle guards lock the main entrance doors behind Alexander.
We're in.
See
From the
now.
open door comes the clatter of pots and pans, yelled instructions, and other busy kitchen noises.
Girl, don't just stand there. There's a stack of silver almost to the ceiling that needs polishing for the wedding. Get a move on.
Girl.
I think you should spend all of your time polishing silver.
Yeah.
I
Go
can't afford to get caught
upstairs.
up in that mess. I'd never find Cosima.
No, don't put it away. Oh, Alexander's so bad at this. Go up there, Alexander. Quickly.
Alexander, you need
Whoa,
plausible
Alexander
deniability.
runs right into a guard dog patrol.
World's first stealth
Gar-
game.
guard dog? Is guard dog a pun? I can't tell if guard dog
right.
is a pun.
Stab him.
A small dagger would be of little assistance in overcoming those guards.
That's probably true.
But a scythe, huh?
Alexander may have used the scythe on the magical rose bushes, but he is not about to hack through the guard dogs in the same manner.
Why? Why am I not?
But
No? You may have thought this through clearly, but we're not going to let you do that. Why would I want to do it? I want to do exactly that.
Slappers only.
Alexander already has a pretty good idea.
Alright, what do we have?
Tomato.
throw a tomato at
Using
it?
that on the floor would accomplish nothing.
It's a dog,
Okay.
not a floor.
It's a dog.
I'm just gonna go.
Just go!
look at
Just
this.
run! Make a run for it!
Hi. Nice castle.
Cheeky, isn't he? Grab him, Jowls.
I love it!
I bet this is the foreigner we were told to look out for.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Hi, nice castle.
Well, let's lock him up and go tell Saladin. He'll tell us what kind of fish we've caught.
Saladin.
Right, Jowls?
What kind
You
of
know-
fish? Hi.
You'll stay in here until we find out what the Wazir wants to do with you.
Oh, we're not dead.
The guard dogs leave Alexander to his fate, locking the door noisily behind them.
And letting him keep all of his inventory
The
items.
sound of running footsteps echoes outside Alexander's cell.
Check under the blanket? Maybe?
Just as Alexander realizes that he has no possible means of escape, he hears the sound of wedding music playing somewhere in the castle.
Confound this dungeon. I'll never be able to stop the wedding now.
Confound this dungeon.
Okay. Oh, look at me.
You
I'm all
you
locked
lost.
up and I'm so sad. Oh, I really wanted Cosima to love me, but I'm in jail.
Oh.
Oh. With his little furrowed brow.
Isn't that just how life is, though?
I mean, this is just... Listen, this dialogue is amazing.
Taking his cue from the serving women he's seen enter the castle, Alexander decides to try a few alterations to make himself more acceptable to the guards. He ducks into the little hut to put on Beauty's clothes. Feeling a little foolish, Alexander slips Beauty's old slave clothes on over his own. Imagine if Cosima saw him like this.
Well, here we go.
Hope he has, like, sunglasses and a fake mustache, too. Just like,
Yeah.
That'd be
You
just
there.
like Alexander.
Girl, you're late. Get a move on before the Wazir sees you.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sir.
The castle guard from the...
Alright, I skipped right past that.
Phew. I can't afford to get caught up in that mess. I'd never find Cosima.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to go upstairs again.
Can we go to the other side?
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters.
And there's these
Maybe save here, so we don't have to do that again.
I don't know if that's too many characters to where it won't read it anymore.
Yeah, it's not Fat 98 or whatever.
By
file
Cerebus
system.
collar, I'll be glad when this wedding is over.
I couldn't agree with you more, Wolf. Who'd have thought we'd ever have to listen to Princess Cosima crying all day long and be ordered to ignore it yet?
Something sticks in my craw about the whole thing. The Wazir says that the princess is not herself. Says she's half mad with grief over her parents' death. I can see it. The poor mite. But still.
The poor
I
mite.
agree. It seems cruel to lock her up
Poor
when
mite
she's
what?
so heartbroken. Let her out in the fresh air, I say. It'll do her a world of good.
Aye. Well, she insisted on the morning period, and it's up today. Thank the stars.
Too bad we
Take a
couldn't
bite
find
out of
that
crap.
nightingale of hers. The Wazir says she's been pining for it.
These accents are
If I had an
amazing.
ounce of luck, I'd have found it weeks ago.
Found what? Wait, what are
Not
we
only
supposed
would
to
it
be
cheer
looking
up
for?
the princess, but the reward the Wazir's offered for it would make me pretty happy too, dog.
What was it? I stopped paying attention.
Oh, well,
I have
our
no
luck will
idea.
definitely be out if the Wazir catches us snapping our jaws at our post.
What?
Sorry, Wolf. I'll keep my muzzle shut.
Snuzz your muzzle, post.
Okay, can you... Oh, yeah, go down. Oh, no.
Don't just think.
Shit, let me reload.
Whoops.
Alright, listen to this one.
Look at your listening
My
posture.
Cerebus collar out.
I couldn't agree with...
Something stick.
I agree. It's too bad we
Aye.
couldn't...
Not only would it cheer up the princess, but the reward
we
the
missed it
Wazir's
again.
offered
I don't
for
know.
it would
It's
make
a nightingale,
me
I
happy
think.
too, dog.
Our luck
Oh.
will definitely be out.
Sorry, Wolf.
The nightingale that's like out on the tree, you think?
Yeah, is this where we go in and get information and reload and pretend that we were a person who knew that?
I'm pretty sure this is exactly that.
Get in the door!
Alexander decides to make a try for one of the bedroom doors.
Do it, Alexander. Do it so fat.
What?
Hey, who the...
What? What just happened?
Hello there.
Oh!
Failed at life.
Oh, shit!
Alexander, you're really bad at this.
Alright, let me...
I liked your first instinct, Sean, to go to like duck down that little corridor.
I'm pretty smart. I have a good intuition.
Cerebus.
I could...
Well, she insisted on the morning period, and it's up today. Thank the stars.
She chooses her
Too
period?
bad we couldn't find that nightingale of hers. The Wazir says she's been pining for it.
Not only would it...
Oh, well.
Sorry, Wolf.
Wow.
Well, you know, Wolf. What is it, dog?
What up, dog?
Alexander decides.
Hey, who the...
Oh,
Don't just stand there, grab...
No. Hey, Wolf, you're right.
Okay.
alright, one more time. We gotta see this.
We also have to find the,
My Cerebus.
what lamp it is that we need.
Oh,
Sorry, Wolf.
Wait, Cerebus? One of the dog's names is Cerebus?
Yeah.
Not Cerberus. Cerebus.
It is Cerebus, isn't it? Not Cerberus?
Hey, who the...
No,
don't just...
pretty sure it's
How's Sarah Brandipitus?
I...
Alright, so we're not gonna go there.
No, you go in the... Alright, whatever.
Go in the
I think you
where?
could... To the little corridor on the right, where you were going the first time.
Alexander's walked right into a couple of guard dogs.
Look, an early guest. Are you on the bride or the groom's side?
That's the foreigner the
Right.
Wazir warned us
Oh,
about.
they gave us a little hope.
So close.
Alright, Sean, where do you want me to go? Up here?
Yeah, and then to the right.
Alright, hold on. I gotta listen to this conversation one more time. Whoop, I agree. Whoop, I agree.
Really important.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Something sticks in...
I agree. It seems...
Well, she...
Too bad we couldn't find that.
Not only would it...
Oh,
Sorry, Wolf.
Wow.
Alexander is standing in the upstairs hallway of the castle. Two guard dogs are...
Don't go. No. Here they come.
Alright.
Talk to the guard dogs.
Alexander hears the guard's footsteps pause for a moment, then start up again.
Yeah,
They must
hide
have
behind
turned at
the...
the end of the hallway
pillar?
and be
Maybe
on their way
hand on
back towards
pillar?
the stairs.
Ooh!
You
know
have
where to
cover.
put that hand. I agree.
And now run the other way. Real quick.
Wait, let me look at it.
The guards turn around at the...
Oh. Oh, now maybe go to the door? I don't know. None of this makes sense anymore.
This is like the world's first stealth game.
Phew, that was a close one.
Wait, that was... What?
Alexander takes a closer look at the portrait on the wall.
Yeah, you think?
Kindly smiles light up the faces of the couple in the painting. The man has an intelligent, sensitive look about him, and the woman is quite lovely. Alexander guesses that the man and woman in the painting are none other than King Caliphim and Queen Ilaria, Casima's parents.
Wait, if you paint them with the magic spell paint,
Oh, I bet
they
they'll
come back to life?
Yeah, I'm sure they will actually.
Because that's pretty super
Kindly
creepy.
smiles light up the faces of the couple in the painting. The woman has an intelligent, sensitive look about.
The only thing I can do is look.
Alexander checks. The sound of footsteps
damn.
grows louder as the guards in the main hallway turn and head back towards the stairs.
Hide behind the thing. Oh, and
Here they
then
come
and then
again.
take the nail, and then pick the lock in the jail cell with the nail, because
Jeez, man.
you can obviously do that.
What? No, I gotta use a nail for something else. Like, anytime someone messes with me, I just BAM! Nail in the head. I watched The Dark Knight recently.
God.
Hey, look, Wolf. The king and queen's portrait fell down.
Damn it.
Sorry. I was just looking at it.
Get him, Bay.
Yeah,
You're pretty terrible at
Oh,
this.
shit balls.
Also, wait,
What are you
there are
doing
two
down
guards,
here, Shrew? We've already got...
and one of their names is Sarah.
wait, what's that?
And one of their names is Wolf, and one of their names is Bay.
Bay. No, that's just
Too
what he
many-
says when Bay
That's
catches
too many
you sleeping.
names.
Bay caught me slipping.
it's for reals.
Alright, let me... You know what?
I, Cerebus,
I agree.
Couldn't agree with something. I agree. It seems it's too.
Not only me. Oh, sorry. Wolf.
Whoa! I love the tension from this really high cymbal.
Alexander knew they must have turned at the end of the hallway and be on their way back towards the stairs.
You totally just need to use that spell here, I bet. But I don't know if you have all the stuff you do.
You definitely don't. You don't have the swamp oil or whatever.
That's probably how you win the game, actually.
The guards pass the pillar, and Alexander sighs in relief. Phew, they didn't see him. The guards turn around at the staircase and head back.
The narrator explains to us the emotions we should be having at these points in time. Sighs with relief because that was very, very seriously tense.
Gotta love a narrated dexterity challenge.
Alexander. The sound of footsteps grows. Alexander pulls the nail out of the wall.
You are gonna murder them with it.
Jeez.
You're standing in the wrong place.
Hey, bro. Wait a minute. Wait, they didn't notice it that time?
Well, they have to walk
They're looking
back.
right at me while I'm pressed against a pillar.
Hey, look, Wolf. The king and queen's portrait fell down.
Sorry. I was just looking at it.
Get him, Bay.
Yeah.
You'll stay in here until we find out what the Wazir wants to do with you.
Okay,
The guard
see
dogs
if you
lead
can...
Alexander
Yeah.
to his fate, locking the door
Now this is
noisily
cruel,
behind them.
because if I were a player, I would immediately
The
reload
sound
right now.
of running footsteps echoes outside Alexander's cell.
What are you doing down here, Shrew? We've already got him locked up. Go back to your post upstairs.
Who's Shrew?
The Wazir wanted to know what all the commotion was about, and I told him about the intruder. He told me to post extra guards on this one.
Extra guards, huh? So be it.
Just as Alexander realizes that he has no possible means of escape, he hears the sound of
Damn it.
wedding music playing somewhere
Damn
in the
it.
castle.
Confound this.
Okay,
I'm gonna go back to enter castle.
Nightingale?
Yeah, here, you know, I'm gonna go through this door first, because we haven't gone through this door.
Alexander decides to check out the door the waiter came through.
No lunch is being served today. We're busy catering the wedding.
Apparently, the kitchen is no place to be today.
Apparently.
The door is locked.
So we need to reload before we enter the castle.
So this is. I mean, this is
Oh wait, you can't get out again once you're in?
No, they said they locked the door behind you.
Wow.
So, let me
This
just...
is an era of video games where you could get yourself into a fail state without realizing it.
Yeah.
Jesus, holy... Oh my god, that's so cruel. Wow, that's just... That's dirty, man. You're screwed. If you don't get it, you are a screwed dude. So so we got knives, we gotta paint some stuff, we have a nightingale.
We can trade.
Yeah, what's
Do
on
we
our
have the
laundry
nightingale?
list of...
We've got the tinderbox, right? We can
Yeah.
trade the
There's
tinderbox
no point in
for
using-
the nightingale.
But I mean, what would we do with it?
there's-
Like,
Well, the guards were saying there was a reward. Like, it sounded like they wanted to find the nightingale to get the reward for it. So maybe we could do like a bait.
oops.
We could bait a little trap.
What about, well, is there anything that we can... I mean, do we have everything from the list? What am I trying to say? Can we
Do
go
not.
around and get
Do
everything on
not,
the spell
no.
list? And then go into the castle and then turn the
Mysterious old
painting
man.
alive?
I don't... Well, I feel like we just... Oh, wait.
Is there really only one spell? I find that so...
Wait.
Alexander decides to show the mirror to the old man in the cloak.
Why did you decide to do that?
Zounds,
That's
that citizen
so-
obviously didn't like what he just saw. Too bad Alexander didn't get to see what was reflected in that mirror.
What?
Alexander looks in the mirror and sees a handsome, somewhat lonely young man.
A narcissistic, confused young man.
With very little knowledge of the ways of the world.
Would you sit in this mirror, merchant?
I am afraid I have too many mirrors unsold already. People are not very interested in vanity during these troubled days. Sorry.
People are not
Vanity
interested in
doesn't
vanity?
sell in a recession.
I don't know about that.
So, I'm gonna trade the tinderbox for the...
Would you...
Of course.
Alexander looks...
I mean, I feel like the paintbrush is the big key for the...
Oh, yes.
But do we take Nightingale? Just to have it?
It's the wind-up nightingale, right?
I think we can distract the guards with the nightingale.
That
Alright.
the point.
Alright, here I go.
And I don't know what we could do with the paintbrush except bring the king and queen back to life, which sounds horrifying to me.
That's
Yeah,
but
really
you know,
freaks
everything
me.
will be fine then. They'll be sort of like weird animated shells of their former selves, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Enter castle.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Alright, so let's give it a shot.
Do we have everything we need for the painting?
I don't
No.
think we have anything, man.
No, we
What are we
definitely
doing?
don't.
We're just going in to see if we can Nightingale distract the guards.
Oh, okay.
I'm clicking as fast as I can.
Just click, 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 click.
Meow, 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 meow.
I don't get why he's taking everything off all of a sudden.
I don't
Can't help
either. It seems like it'd be useful.
Yeah.
Back the speed off a bit. Let's go ahead and save as entered castle. And as I walk up here, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna... The game's starting to chug.
I separate some.
I agree. It seems cruel.
It's too. Not all. Sorry.
Don't!
No.
Alright. This game is starting to lag hard, and I don't even know why. Alright, let's try the Nightingale.
Alexander walks into the hallway to use the mechanical nightingale.
Not like that.
Alexander wants... finds the mechanical nightingale and
Duck into
places
the
it
little alcove
strategically
thing.
on the floor of the upstairs hallway.
Real quick.
The mechanic... Alexander ducks behind the pillar.
Boom!
Look at this, Wolf. A metal bird.
Sure is, Bay. How do you suppose a metal bird got in here?
You got me, but there's something weird about it. Hey, could this be Casima's nightingale, do you think?
What, you lapdog? The princess's nightingale isn't some tin thing?
How do you know? Have you seen it?
Well, no, but...
I don't know, Bay. Humans can be pretty strange. With her sense of smell, maybe she wouldn't even know it wasn't real. I say we take it downstairs to Captain Saladin. He'll know what to do with it.
What about our post?
Jowls and Might are in the other hallway. They can handle it for 5 minutes. Think about how happy the princess would be to get her nightingale back.
Let's
And then
definitely
there's award money and my missus.
Right, Wolf.
Exactly.
Let's go.
I mean...
Rules were meant to be broken.
Alexander hears the guard dog's boots clank noisily on the staircase leading down to the grand hall.
Alright.
Save
Alexander
as new.
checks behind the
Save new.
portrait.
Okay. I can't save right... I can save right now.
I love how you take like the most valuable portrait in the entire kingdom, and you're like, "Where's the nail behind it?"
Alexander takes kind.
I do like your looking stance, by the way.
Alexander pulls.
Yeah. Alright, so let me save into mostly dogging.
Wait, is in the menu is one of the sliders called detail?
Oh. What happens when this goes up?
Has no effect whatsoever.
Oh, it does it? Wait, let's look at the walls.
It multiplies the number of polygons in the scene.
Yeah. It's your LOD slider.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
Alexander finds the hallway door unlocked and slips inside.
Oh. I'm saving it
Wow.
under entered castle, because I think we're either gonna eject to enter castle or keep going. Are we good?
Alright. Yeah.
Alright, let's start looking and touching.
Fire in a small hearth warms the bedroom.
Is there anything underneath the
Some
rug?
burn a perfectly
There's a
good
minotaur.
hand. The rug is too heavy to lift.
We don't lift the whole rug.
Alexander opens the ebony box and looks inside.
Uh-oh. Oh, what is this?
Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Zebu Zabar.
There's an old bottle of black ink among the box's trinkets. The bottle contains only a small amount of black ink, most of it dried at the bottom. Alexander decides to leave it there. Finding Cosima is no game of chance.
This is her Zebu box.
Seriously?
Old and small. Alexander isn't interested in taking it.
It's like a diary from someone from The Sims. Zebu Debar. Polly Sminchty Doofy Ba.
Alexander can read the piece of paper without taking it. The box is...
Alright, Zebu.
The trunk is locked.
What about the, Oh, can you open it with a nail?
I'm going straight nail on this.
I'm pretty sure you can open everything with a nail. This is my core
Alexander
belief.
wiggles the nail in the trunk's lock until he hears a click. Alexander opens the trunk.
Completely realistic.
Best lock ever.
Locks are opened by objects with no teeth that are normally straight and for striking.
I'm pretty sure that in this kind of game you just steal something from the princess and give it back to her as a gift, and then she falls in love with you.
To the Land of the Green Isle. A book like that might have been a big help when Alexander first arrived. The trunk's owner obviously found it interesting too, for the guidebook is dog-eared and stained.
It's the manual. Ha ha ha.
The books
Breaking the fourth wall.
Oh.
The trunk contains some old leather books, a bottle of what looks like oily perfume, and a stack of correspondence.
Read the
like
emails.
The owner of this trunk is quite the correspondent.
That's
The stack of
super
letters appears to be
stalkery.
ordered by date, because the top one is dated only a month ago. Alexander picks up the most recent letter and examines it. The letter is addressed to Abdul al-Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It reads, "Greetings to a brother of the Black Cloak. I was sorry to hear of great Mordak's death, though he was a bit of a ninny at chess.
I have no idea
It
what any of
seems the
this
plans
means.
for that
This
little
is all
kingdom of
made up
yours are
words.
coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. Isolating the island so that no protest could develop was another brilliant stroke. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl, and you shall have your crown."
Oh, I know what he recommended.
What's that, Bill?
Wow.
Closet?
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight closet in.
You are totally gonna hide in there, man.
The
It does
wardrobe is
really
full
look
of
like you're gonna hide in there.
cloaks and a rather sour smell. Alexander examines the clothes, but finds nothing of interest.
Maybe you win the game by
There doesn't
examining
seem to
all
be
of
anything
Casima's
on the
personal
bed except
belongings
for
until you're no
another
longer
silver.
interested in her.
Alright, let me... This game is choking so hard. It's really, like, slow. I think it's just been alive for too long and there's, like a serious memory leak.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Totally.
Alexander hears the muffled sound of crying coming from the back hallway.
It's
The door is locked from the inside.
Very different
Open it
from the
with the
sound
nail.
of muffled
Open it.
crying.
Open it with the nail.
Let's talk to the door.
Hello? Anybody in there?
A voice from behind the door responds.
Gives Alex
Go
a
away.
totally
I
big
said I didn't
boner.
want to be disturbed.
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
Stupid
damn it.
dogs.
Go into this one.
Alexander will have to enter the north hallway if he wants to do anything with that door.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Oh my
Doors for new!
Alright, let me...
Oh my god.
The door is locked with a heavy padlock.
I got a nail.
The
Nail
padlock on
beats
the door
lock.
is too substantial to be picked with that nail.
There are
Alright,
gonna be guards down. There are guards down there. Yeah, just like that.
Uh-oh. Company.
Mike, look at this.
Company.
Hi.
Gee,
Alright, look, we're just gonna go into jail. We're gonna get
you'll
arrested.
stay in here until we find out what the Wazir wants to do with you.
And then we gotta do a little
The
show
guard
closing.
dogs leave Alexander
Okay.
to his fate, locking the door noisily behind them.
I don't know if anyone's keeping track of
The
deaths, but...
sound of running footsteps
That's a lot of
echoes
deaths.
outside Alexander's cell.
King's Quest is kind of
What are you
like
doing down
all
here,
about
shrew?
deaths.
We've already got him locked up. Go back to your post upstairs.
I guess you could say Alexander was
The Wazir wanted to know what all the commotion was
adorable,
about the intruder.
cellular, bedridden. I don't know, man.
These are getting worse and worse, Bill.
Lockjawed.
So,
He looks amazingly like Nathan Fillion in that picture.
He really does. Like, look at this thing. Let me come back to that. Let's actually get a zoom in on this. Let me add the screen region of this right here. Let's get that big. There we go.
that's pretty great.
That's kind of incredible. Look at that. Well, okay. So you know, I unfortunately we've gone for 2 hours, and we will thusly be wrapping up our playing portion of Mostly Walking. But I gotta say, you know, we've gotten the opportunity to play this like 2 hours at a time.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, it's been kind of like with a TV series that I really like, that I'm like up to date on, where I watch the episode and then I think about it for a week. So there's a lot of time where I get to digest and process, and if there's a time that has passed between them, it feels okay because I spent a week between it and all that sort of jazz. But here, I felt like the design took like a nosedive. Like, I mean, like the just all of a sudden Beauty and the Beast moment where I was just like, I don't know. Well, maybe I'm full of it on that point, because like there's this like sort of building of like mythology and mystery and all this stuff, and there comes a point where I really just do feel like I'm trying to find the right key for the lock.
Okay, so Beauty and the Beast is actually really interesting, and I don't know. Like, I'd be interested to hear what other people's, like, what the chat's opinion of this is, because my impression is that the Beauty and the Beast puzzle is a very traditional King's Quest style puzzle. That the trick of a King's Quest puzzle is to figure out what is the thing that they're referencing, and then, like, you know, how do you play into that mythology? How do you, like, fulfill that story? So we're supposed to know that this is Beauty and the Beast. We're supposed to know that it has to do with roses, apparently. And so, like, that's how we're going to solve the puzzles. We recognize, oh my god, this is the story of Beauty and the Beast. Let's fulfill that story. I feel like with previous King's Quest games, there was a lot more of that. There was like, here's the Rumpelstiltskin character. I know what I'm supposed to do with him. Here's, like, you know, here's some other, like, it builds on these stories that are familiar. And what's interesting about this game is that there's this Aladdin thing, right? Like, you kind of know how the Aladdin story is going to go. But you know how the Beauty and the Beast story is going to go, and that's, like, what you're supposed to do. But that's one of the least interesting puzzles in the game for me. Like, that was a lot of talking that was really boring.
That was, like, offensive to women in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And there are other puzzles that are, like, more interesting, more original, more creative than that one.
I have to say, though, I especially disliked the bookworm puzzle, because in that one, not only were you dealing with, like, small animals that were, you know, hanging participles or whatever, dangling participles, but you also had the sentence, which I feel was not accurately explained. You know, it's just, you're just holding a sentence for half of the game, and then you find a thing, and it's not like he never completes the sentence. He just says, oh.
He shows it to someone, and then all of a sudden he's like, you're cool, let me ride on your body.
Yeah, the, like, lizard monkey, like, crawls into his, like, ascot and just, like, hunkers down. And, like, then he goes over in the book room's, like, super pleased. Like,
I will say, I really liked the puzzle of, the 5 senses that you have to fool.
Yeah.
Because, like,
that was good.
Now I'm looking for obscure objects because I have a clear goal that I'm trying to do. I was a little annoyed that, like, if you went there, they'd actually just kill you. Right. And the game would end and you'd have to have a good load, but I'm happy to let that slide. I think that makes sense for the time of the game, but
I think it does. I think it's
kind of the style at the time.
And I think part of the reason that puzzle was so good was because it relied on, like, the affordances of those objects.
Yeah.
Instead of
Okay, so one of the things about adventure games, I'm eager to talk to you guys more about adventure games as a genre, but one of the things that I find about adventure games that's
good, because we sort of have a weekly show.
I
don't know if you know about this.
So one of the things about adventure games is that they're based on this idea of narrative puzzles, right? Whereas other games have, like, visual puzzles or logical puzzles. Adventure games are all about narrative puzzles, where you fit things together based on some sort of narrative logic. Yeah. And frequently, that doesn't work at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So, like, what would be an example of... Can you give an example of, like, a logical puzzle versus a narrative puzzle for those who might not understand?
Yeah,
like
so a logical puzzle, I'm thinking about, like, oh, Jesus. Like,
Sudoku?
Yeah, like Sudoku. Sudoku's excellent, right? Like that's a logical puzzle because there's an answer and it's based on this kind of abstract, not even math. It's just like
it's a deterministic thing that you have to just see the pattern and figure it out.
Yeah, it's a system.
Thank you,
symbol
math
system.
Major. That's awesome.
Deterministic is a math major word.
So yeah, good, exactly.
Non-stochastic.
Whereas
no, stochastic isomorphism probabilistic model Gödel distribution.
Gödel.
In adventure games, like you're presented with a puzzle of here's a guy who wants to smell you, or here's a guy who wants to feel you, and you have to present them with a smelly flower or a rabbit's foot because like narratively the flower has a scent and the rabbit's foot has a feel. And
how about this? What if an adventure game is just a measure of how similar you are to the person who wrote the game?
Well, it frequently turns into that. And there's like that's where adventure games become really problematic as a genre. I mean, have you guys read the Old Man Murray article about the suicide of adventure games?
No, I want to read it though.
Sounds good. Who is this old man Murray?
Old Man Murray is he's kind of before my time as a game designer, but he
would be.
He wrote a lot in the era of like 90s adventure games about games, and he wrote a famous article in a period where a lot of people were reporting on the death of adventure games, right?
Okay. Yeah.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, there was this whole like adventure games, which had been a huge commercial industry, no longer popular. A lot of people wrote articles on the death of adventure games.
They were like the first-person shooters, and like the third-person shooters of the early 90s and late 80s, like.
Exactly, and then first-person shooters came along, and they were huge, and there was no longer any money in adventure games. And so people talked about like what caused the death of adventure games. Was it the first-person shooter? Was it, all of these other things? And Old Man Murray wrote this brilliant, hilarious article on, nothing caused the death of adventure games. Adventure games committed suicide. And it cites one of the Gabriel Knight games, 2 or 3, and it like literally lays out a walkthrough of one of the puzzles of the game, where you have to like fool some security guard into thinking that you are the person on an ID that is clearly not you. And the way that you do it is you get a fake mustache and then you draw a fake mustache on the ID, and now you look enough like the person that they think that you're the person on the ID.
Nice.
Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, nobody would think of that. Nobody would do that.
Nobody realistically would see the ID and go, oh, that's not a drawn mustache. That's your mustache. And you have a mustache and a different face and everything's different.
Exactly. Like, it's... So, I mean, the point of it is this really... what arguably is a systemic problem with adventure games, but certainly was... a practical problem with adventure games in the late 90s or in the mid 90s, where the game became more about reading the designer's mind than about solving a puzzle in any kind of meaningful way.
But how is that a suicide? Does that just mean that the puzzles got worse?
Yeah, that's the argument. That the puzzles were sort of so ridiculous at that point that genre didn't deserve to go on. It's not that like it's not a quirk of the market or something like that. A lot of people were blaming new, more casual gamers. It's actually hilarious. The first-person gamers were the casual gamers of the late 90s, right?
Yeah, those casuals, man.
Because they needed this like action bullets per minute kind of a thing, whereas adventure gamers were like, the game can take its time and it can be really hard and it can be nonsensical. The fucking casuals.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, like that's the sort of thing that I really cherish about games like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Yes.
The clues that the game drops, when you hear them, you go, oh, like anytime I'm lost, I just carefully talk to everyone and listen, and the game gives you lots of clues. And I'm always looking for that. That's why I was like, do you think if we go talk to the sailor, he'll give us a clue? And I mean,
and it happened a bunch today.
Yeah,
Today was really representative of, we went to a place we'd been 100 times, and all of a sudden something new was there.
Well, but that's the sort of thing that just makes me be like, oh, come on. Oh, let's say I have been to the Island of the Beast, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do there. And let's say I'm right with the information I know, but I go there and there's the dangling preposition, or whatever it is.
Fartsicle. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I think that maybe, I don't know. I mean, that you'd never do that in a game today. But maybe part of the point there was, that you were supposed to be quote unquote adventuring, which could involve just walking back and forth around all over the place.
It's mostly walking.
It is mostly walking to a great extent, to a very large extent.
Well, I mean, I guess you could almost make the same argument about games that are trying to glom onto a craze. Like, people have criticized certain MMOs for being way too grindy. Just arbitrary, random grindiness, which I suppose would be the equivalent of an adventure game that has, using butter on the door.
Right,
butter door.
Right.
Butter door.
That should be a shorthand from now on for...
I like that a lot.
A nonsensical puzzle. The old butter door.
Yeah.
The old butter door.
No, but I figured it out. You'd have to butter... First, before you butter the door, you'd have to burn it with a torch to make it like toast.
Oh, there it is.
See?
There you go. Okay, but here's the thing, Bill, is that I always find it's much better to butter bread before you toast it.
But in a vertical toaster, or are you talking about
No, I'm talking about a toaster oven. I use a toaster oven. But see, I wouldn't get that puzzle. I would it would go right over my head.
You think about horizontal toast.
I think about
what would happen actually, Sean, is you'd butter the door, then you'd burn it, and then it would either toast and the butter would just be gone forever, and you'd be not able to pass, or the butter would start a fire and you would die, and it'd be like, looks like Alexander really slipped up on the butter or something, or Alexander's got nothing to live for but her. Or Alexander's been toasted.
Everything about her was hot butter door.
Such a butter door.
She's such a butter door, man.
One does not simply walk into butter door.
Okay, so I have two questions before we go.
I'm ready.
One of them is a very practical question about when we went and we visited the Druids.
Yeah.
And they've got a bonfire, and they've got a cage, and they're performing a ceremony.
Yes.
And we walk in, and they're like, "Perfect. Here's our human sacrifice."
Perfect timing. Yeah.
What if we hadn't come?
Then it would have been the druid on the far right, I think.
Okay. I mean, it really sucks to be that guy, I guess is my point. And the other one is mostly because we've gone over time now. I want us to think about for next time the idea of procedural rhetoric, the idea of values at play. Like, what is it that this game is valuing through its mechanics, right?
Something horrible about men and women.
So there's definitely that.
Trial and error.
Like, like there's something like very serious about the value of exploration, right? That you should keep coming back to the same place over and over again and looking at it again.
I want to briefly interject here for any,
Sean.
because you use the word procedural rhetoric, which is a hot word.
I
You know,
know,
and
right?
like the value that the game is, because this is like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, just nod and act like I'm the man. But I want you to know that's for my safety net here. You too, Bill. If you need like anything that you can say to save me here, Bill, is great. But like, games will punish you for doing some things and reward you for doing other things. It will sort of funnel you down a path. So the question is, what is this? As a designer, you can say, well, what do I want? What do I value the player doing? And let me make them do that. So, like, for instance, if you got the recent SimCity game, for instance, you always needed industrial. It didn't matter. You could make only industrial, apparently. And if you try to do other things early on, it would just be like, oh, no, you're going to lose and you're going to become a bankrupt city. So, okay, well, the game is probably is teaching you that there's a certain set of the tools that it's giving you that you should use and some that you shouldn't use, so that you should probably figure it out. Or if, you start doing only industrial and you have a start success and then a crash. Well, okay, now as a player I start to learn, well, I should focus on one thing early and then probably something different in the middle and then probably something different late. So it starts to teach you that timing is an important thing. And basically what Sean is asking is, what the hell does this game want you to do? Because it's like, okay, we have eliminated this island, there's nothing left to do there. But you're rewarded for revisiting that thing that's useless, that we've told you is useless many times. So it's almost like you're rewarded for disagreeing everything, all the information the game has given you.
Yeah, that's a good... There's a certain sort of frivolity that it provokes, where it's like...
God, is that what you'll be drinking next week?
Frivolity. Yeah, it's a seasonal IPA.
I'm having a winter frivolity. Yeah.
District. Yeah, but it definitely like is not a game where you're supposed to. It's trying super hard not to be linear, I think, too.
Yeah.
And it's trying to you're supposed to have to wander, I guess. And definitely like look for things. I mean, some of the things stand out. Some of the things we mentioned before sort of are hidden. But it's a little irritating. I think that's part of why the game comes off as sort of irritating. Is those moments, the big moments are when we're like, oh, what the hell? Like, really? Like, seriously? I mean,
yeah, like at the start when we just clicked on the innocuous wood and it was like, and a box, and we're like, and a box? Just make the wood glitter, make it show up yellow. Give it what's in the and then you think about
the game definitely values clicking everything on the screen.
Yeah. Right? You're actually supposed to use every verb on every object on every screen. There's not that many screens. So like as someone who plays
it's
a lot
finite number at least.
Yeah, right? Well, as a modern game player now, like I want to get to the fucking screen. Come on, go and click, zoom through it. Nothing is going to help me there, so.
Well, there's also something going on in this game too, I think, which is we currently in our current video game industry have a thing called usability testing, and usability is a huge thing right now. You don't want people to get stuck or frustrated, and that leads you to some very smoothly created experiences where sort of all those corners to bump into have been rounded off or padded down. Especially if you look at mobile, I mean, a big thing about that is say you're playing a mobile game that sells in-app purchases or something, and you want to do something, but you don't have enough of the currency. It will never make you go to a separate menu to get to that shop. It will take you right there, and then once you're in the shop, you'll buy the stuff, and you'll click, oh yeah, do this. You never have to go back.
Yeah, you can just tap a button, and now you have the extra thingamajiggy that you need, whatever it is.
You just keep clicking forward. And I think that is partially about menus, but it's also about gameplay. There are so many fewer dead ends. And whereas this game is full of them.
You go down, and then you have to come all the way back to the center, and you go down another spoke, and you come all the way back to the center, and a third spoke.
Yeah, if this game were made today, there would be Well, and maybe we can play Broken Age or something at some point, but...
Well, the King's Quest, new King's Quest coming out.
Oh, right!
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah! But I'm guessing that if this game were made today, there would be, like, just buttloads of shortcuts for navigation that would pop up, where it's like, you've gotten through this part, so if you ever need to get back here, just go through this little tunnel that appeared, and it'll, you make it so you don't have to walk through all these screens or whatever. Although I guess this one does have the magic map that breaks down a lot of... Because didn't there used to be a lot more walking in the older games where you had to walk across the map?
Yeah, in fact, King's Quest 1 was literally a checkerboard on a sphere, where you just would go up and down and they all connected and looped and all this stuff, so...
Oh, wow.
I can't tell if you're joking. Are you joking, Sean?
No, it's a checkerboard that connects.
Is it
loops.
seriously? That's
so you can just keep
amazing.
going left
That's
and it loops
awesome.
this way, and you can keep going this way, so...
It's just a Pac-Man Zelda.
So here's what I'm going to
It's a
propose.
Pac-Man Zelda.
We shall answer the question. All of you at home think of the following. What does this game actually want you to do? What kind of player is it trying to... What is it trying to bring out from players?
To make you, yeah.
What does it want you to be?
What is
is
it
the
teaching you about life?
What is it teaching you about how you should pursue relationships? So without any further ado, my name is Sean Platt.
And I'm Bill Graham.
I'm Sean Bouchard.
Thanks for watching Mostly Walking. We'll see you next week.
Bye! We love you, but we don't know who you are.
We just have love outward, much like...
Outward love.
Yeah. Like a person with a rose. We'll be back next week. See you then.